Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm George Conley with Scratch Golf Tips. Today we're going to be looking at uphill and downhill lies, especially in terms of chipping. In the case of this video, I'm hitting about a 35 yard golf shot. So let's start off by looking at the uphill lie. That's when the ball is above your feet. So as I step behind the ball, the first thing that I'm noticing and what I'm taking into account for is when the ball is above your feet, that ball is going to come off to the left. So if you're aimed straight away, no matter what, that ball will generally want to leak a little bit to the left. You can see in that swing right there, even where my body was aligned, the ball just wants to start left. And this is the exact opposite for the other side. When the ball goes below my feet later on in the video, it's going to want to go to the right. So first and foremost, let's consider that. Now, in addressing the ball, you don't want to have too much bend in your knees, but you don't want to be too upright either. And a big part about this golf swing that I find very helpful is notice where I'm ending the golf swing. All of these swings, and I have a 60 degree from 35 yards, so you need to put a little bit behind it, but I'm never ending that swing too high. So that allows me to stay down onto the ball, but also it allows me to be fairly shallow. If you get really steep on these shots, you're going to chunk the ball. So we don't want to be chunking the ball. That is certainly what golfers are going to be prone to for these uphill lies. So just be sure, stand up maybe a little bit taller than normal. Don't squat down. I like to grip up on the club a little bit. So if you see my hands, there's a little bit of room between my hands and the butt end of the club. That just helps me with that slope a little bit. I'm also taking decent divots with these swings. Again, it's very hard to pick the ball cleanly off of these lies. So I find that being able to come through, make clean contact, and then kind of stop the swing lower through the impact zone, personally, I find that to be very helpful with my own game. Now, some people have better hands than I do. Some people have worse hands than I do. So just figure out what works for you. I like to take some decent divots on 30 to 40 yard shots regardless. That's just the way that I like to feel out my game. But experiment with these shots, but just remember the ball is going to start left. Stand up a little bit taller. Gripping down on the club will help just a little bit. Get a few inches down on that grip and do some practice swings. I think when golfers are in these situations that are a little bit unfamiliar, just take a few practice swings. It can never hurt to be a little bit more comfortable over the ball. If you like the belt that I'm wearing in this video, this is the Arnold belt from Ghost Golf. It is my favorite belt from Ghost Golf, and they are a proud partner of Scratch Golf Tips, so you can use code GEORGE17 at the link in the top of the description of this video to get 17% off your entire order on Ghost Golf products. Thanks for checking it out. Now let's look at the downhill lie. So this is just going to be the opposite of everything that we just worked on. So again, that ball is going to want to scoot out a little bit to the right. As you can see, my knees have plenty more bend in them. I'm a lot lower to the ground, but I'm not uncomfortably low. Now, you can certainly get too much bend where the golf swing just feels awkward. No need to do that. Just keep a nice normal swing, get low, and then as you see there, the finish, the follow through is the same, just around hip high, maybe slightly above hip high. And a huge thing to emphasize on these is the miss is always going to be missing the ball thin because that ball is below the feet. So as you can see there, I'm really emphasizing weight on that front foot. I'm a right-handed golfer, so feeling a lot of weight on that left foot. It cannot always feel natural to have so much weight forward, but for these golf shots, it's really, really helpful to have that weight very much forward. Be sure that you're practicing these different lies because when people practice chipping, they're often placing the ball in the middle of the fairway on a flat ground. And as we know, once we get out onto the golf course, it's not always the case that it's that simple. So just working on these different swings can really help you become more comfortable in different on-course situations. As always, thank you all very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Play well and take care.